You take your dog out for a walk. A stranger walks past a little too close. Your dog lunges forward and starts barking wildly. You pull hard on the leash. People hurry past and glance back with a look that says it all. Annoyed. Impatient. At home, it's the same story. The doorbell rings and your dog explodes, barking, sprinting, throwing itself at the door. You grab its collar, yank it back, and barely manage to open the door with an awkward smile. Your guest steps in, clearly uneasy. They don't stay long. Over time, friends start making excuses to visit less. You tell yourself, he's just being protective. He's loyal. That answer isn't completely wrong. Dogs have changed through thousands of years of domestication. They've become incredibly sensitive to humans and the environment around them, noticing unfamiliar people, reacting to unusual sounds, alerting their family when something changes nearby. But here's where things get more complicated. If your dog barks at almost everything, strangers, doorbells, other dogs, every little sound outside, the reason might not be that your dog is brave. It might actually be the opposite. Your dog may not be thinking, I need to protect my family. It may be reacting because the world around it does not feel safe. So what is happening inside your dog's body at the exact moment it starts barking? Animal behavior researchers have found that many behaviors that look aggressive don't always mean the dog wants to attack. Sometimes the opposite is true. The dog may actually be trying to make that person move farther away. This is often described as fear-based aggression. A dog may bark at a stranger, step backward, its body becoming stiff, because it doesn't know whether the situation in front of it is safe. For a dog, barking can sometimes mean, please don't come any closer. Imagine someone you don't know suddenly entering your personal space. You probably wouldn't attack them, but your body might react first. Muscles tighten, heart rate spikes. Dogs experience something similar. The difference is, humans use language to express stress, while dogs use sounds, body movements, and distance. So when your dog stands at the door barking again and again, it may not be saying, this is my house, I control this place. It may be saying, this situation is too much for me. Its barking becomes like a wall, a way to keep something unfamiliar on the other side. But there's a more complicated part of this story. Sometimes, the people who love their dogs the most are also the ones who unintentionally keep this behavior going. Not because they're doing something wrong, but because they're genuinely trying to help. Your dog sees a stranger. It starts barking. You immediately walk over, comfort it, pet it, hold it, saying, good dog, don't worry, everything is okay. From a human perspective, this makes perfect sense. Give your dog reassurance and it will feel safer. But dogs don't understand the world exactly the way humans do. They pay close attention to what happens after a behavior. This connects to a basic idea in behavioral psychology. Psychologist B.F. Skinner's research showed that when a behavior is followed by a rewarding result, that behavior becomes more likely to happen again. And the reward doesn't have to be food. It can just be your attention. The important question is, are you responding to your dog's fear or helping your dog learn how to return to a calm state? When a dog is already highly stressed, immediately giving intense attention may cause it to associate that emotional state with your interaction. A more effective approach is to first help your dog lower its excitement and only give attention and rewards once it begins to calm down. Because the lesson isn't, when I feel afraid, someone else will handle it for me. It's, even when something makes me nervous, I can still feel safe. Barking usually doesn't happen suddenly. There's always a moment right before it. You just have to know where to look. Watch the body, not just the mouth. Is your dog moving toward the door or backing away while it barks? Is the tail high and stiff or tucked low? Does it hold its ground or run behind your legs into a corner, still barking the whole way. That's the moment many owners get wrong. They hear the noise and think aggression, but the body is often showing something else entirely: fear. The important question isn't whether the trigger is actually dangerous. It's what the dog has learned from its past experiences. Has it learned this is something to fear, or this is something I can handle safely? Dogs don't only remember events. They remember the emotions connected to those events. That's why many owners say, "My dog used to be fine. Why does it suddenly bark at every little sound now?" So, solving a barking problem isn't simply about making the noise stop. The deeper issue is, how does your dog understand the world around it? There are 3 steps. First, find the real trigger. Why won't my dog stop barking? Is too broad a question. A more useful one is, what happens right before the barking starts? Different types of barking have different causes. Some dogs bark at people outside the window, some at the doorbell, some for attention, and some because they've been living in a state of constant stress. So instead of only noticing the barking, you have to watch the few seconds before it begins. Does your dog freeze? Do its ears turn toward the door? Does it stare at the window? Does its body go stiff before the first bark comes out? That is the moment when training can actually begin. Because once the dog has already exploded into nonstop barking, it becomes very difficult to truly solve the problem. You are not dealing with a simple noise problem anymore. Second, find the level your dog can handle. Then start there. Get someone to knock on the door, softly, just once. But here's the key. Put some distance between your dog and that sound. Bring your dog to the far end of the room, or even a different room, so the knock reaches your dog quieter and farther away. Here's how you know you got the level right. Does your dog stay quiet and settle back down within seconds? That's the sign this level works. If it barks even once or takes a long time to calm down, add more distance next time. Practice at that level over and over. A knock, a pause, calm, a knock again. Only when your dog stays loose and relaxed at this level do you move a little closer or let the knock get a little louder. This isn't about stopping the bark faster. It's about slowly raising the volume of safe, one knock at a time. Third, let the knock start meaning something else. Right now, in your dog's mind, a knock means a stranger is near, and a stranger means danger. So change what comes right after the knock. The moment it sounds, ears turning, body going still, that split second before the bark would start, a treat appears. Do this enough times and the knock stops meaning get ready to defend. It starts meaning something good is about to happen. You're not silencing the bark. You're rewriting what the sound means underneath it. There's another factor many people overlook: how you respond. If a delivery person knocks and you rush toward the door, raising your voice to ask, "Who is it?" Your dog doesn't understand the words, but it notices your body. Faster movements, a changed voice, a sudden shift in energy. It runs to the door and starts barking too. Then you say, "Stop barking!" But from its perspective, the person it trusts most has suddenly gone tense. It thinks, this must be important. Dogs and humans build their relationship through years of companionship and trust. That bond is real. But truly understanding a dog doesn't mean responding to every emotion by immediately removing the discomfort. Sometimes, love means helping your dog face the things that make it feel uncertain. A bark is not just a sound. It's fear, memory, and uncertainty, all coming out at once. Understand that, and the relationship changes. You're no longer just trying to stop the noise. You're helping your dog learn it doesn't need to stay alert all the time. It can finally relax beside the person it trusts.